ask you a question. Do you want to retire rich? I don't know who Rich is, but maybe you should ask him if he wants to retire. Let me put it this way. When you retire, do you want to be wealthy? I wouldn't be watching this video if my answer was no. The good news is there are some tips and tricks that you can start implementing today that will help you retire rich. And if you're thinking, that's cool and all, Jaspreet, but I don't want to wait until I'm old to start living my life. Well, you need to know what steps you need to put in place so you can be rich. Yeah, I really hope Rich is listening. Mistake number 1, not having a financial plan. Living life without a financial plan is kind of like going on a road trip without any sort of GPS or map. Yeah, you'll end up somewhere, but it's probably not where you were hoping to be. What you need to know is that just because you make $1,000 from working very hard does not mean that you have to now go and spend this $1,000. If you make $1,000 and then spend $1,000, even if you're bad at math, you will know that you are gonna end up with $0. The crazy thing about that is if you follow life this way, where you make $1,000 and then you spend $1,000, you will be richer than most people that you know. I am not saying that this is what you should be doing. I'm saying that the majority of people make $1,000 to then go and spend $2,000 with lines of credit and credit cards. I mean, they just released a study saying that the average household in California, remember, average, has over $10,000 worth of credit card debt. Holy! People that retire rich don't spend all of their money and time buying and financing things that lose them money. They buy things that make them money, like investments. Mistake number 2, relying on somebody else to fund your retirement. Wait, are you saying that you're not gonna pay for me to retire, Jaspreet? Not only am I not paying for you to retire, but neither is Social Security and neither is your pension. Don't shoot the messenger, but Social Security is, well, dying. If you are under the age of 45 years old, you should not be relying on Social Security, and pensions are going through a major crisis right now because businesses had no idea how expensive pensions were going to be. The people that are relying on pensions to retire are in for a, well, big surprise. Woo! I love surprises. Right now, pensions are $2 trillion underfunded. Surprise! When you were a kid, did your parents ever say something like, "If you study really hard in school this semester, Billy, I'll take you to Disney World if you come back with all A's"? My parents are immigrants, and as immigrants from India, my parents would never say something like that. They would only say something like, "Jaspreet, if you come home with all A's this semester, then I might not slap you with my shoe this week." But that's what I hear other parents say, and so now you go into your semester and you work really hard and you study for all your exams and you come home with all A's and you say, "Dad, look, I got all A's. When are we going to Disney World?" And he looks at you and he says, "Billy, sorry, got a little busy. I don't know if we can go this summer. Maybe we can go to Disney World in a year or two." Yeah, well, companies are doing the exact same thing right now. No, they're not slapping their employees with their shoes, but they're going back on their promises. Companies used to promote their job offers saying, "Hey, come work for us and we will pay for you to retire with a pension." And so employees would come in and they would work at this company for years and years and decades. And now they're finding out that that promise isn't so true. According to the American Exchange Legislative Council, this underfunding could reach $6 trillion in the near future. Surprise! Jaspreet, you suck at surprises. That's why rich people do not rely on other people to be able to live their life in retirement. They use their money to invest in things that will pay them in passive income, and that's where that financial plan we talked about in step 1 really comes in handy. Mistake number 3. Waiting too long to be financially smart. The Insured Retirement Institute just found that 45% of baby boomers who are approaching retirement age have a fat $0 saved up for retirement. Oh, man. Good thing you'll have Social Security and your pension to fall back on. Oh, wait. Let's do a little exercise. I want you to take a second and think about what your dream lifestyle would look like in retirement. I want to wake up every morning and greet the sunrise with a big smile. Well, if you wait too long to get money smart, the only thing you'll be greeting with a big fat smile is a whole lot of Walmart shoppers. Hi there, thanks for shopping at Walmart. When you are 18, you're not really thinking about being money smart. You're just trying to get through college without $1 million in student loans. Then when you're 21, you still don't care about being money smart. I mean, you just graduated college and you got your first big kid job. Now it's time to celebrate life. And you're 50 years old and now you have nothing saved for retirement, just like all of your friends. Look, numbers don't lie. If you invest $1,000 a month every month from the day you turn 25 until the day you turn 65, and you can get a reasonable 7% return on your money, you are going to retire with $3 million sitting in your account waiting to be spent. But if you start investing when you're 45 years old instead of 25, and to make up for lost time, you start investing $1,500 a month instead of $1,000 a month like before, but you can maintain the same 7% annual return, now, when you retire, you're gonna have less than a third of what you had before with $900,000 in your account. Sure, $900,000 is more than what most people have saved up for retirement right now, but you are leaving a lot of money on the table by waiting to start. Mistake number 4, ignoring the cost of retirement. Okay, I finally have some good news. With the advances in science and medicine, you can expect to live longer. Yeah! But before you jump and break your ankles, that also means that you're gonna need more money. Ah, my ankle! Plus, don't forget that the price of things double every 20 years or so, which means you're gonna need even more money. Lots of people think of retirement as one big, long, relaxing vacation, but don't forget that sometimes life happens. You have grandkids, sometimes you jump around too much and you break your ankles, your healthcare costs keep going up, and your AC goes out. That means you're gonna have money going out and the majority of people have a lot less money coming in. But you don't have to be like the majority of people. I mean, that is why we're the minority mindset. That's why you wanna start planting your investment seeds today by investing in businesses and by investing in real estate and by creating your own business. This way you can build your investment seed portfolio, and when you're ready, you can start taking a step back and let the cash flow continue to come in. And this finally brings me to mistake number 5. Waiting until you're too old to start living life. Look, just because it takes time to grow your money doesn't mean that you have to wait until you're old to take a vacation or buy a nice car. I mean, our time is limited. None of us know when we're gonna go. That means you need to find a way to afford these things even sooner. Keyword, afford. If you want to start living your life sooner rather than later, you need to make more money. This way you can fuel your financial system. This way you have more money to spend and more money to be able to afford the things you want. And the great thing about being alive right now is you have more opportunities than ever, literally on your fingertips with the internet. Here's what you need to understand about your cash flow. This is you. Let me draw a nice mustache. Now you look good. And this is the flow of your money. You need to have more money coming in. So this is money from your job, your business, your investments, whatever. You need to have more money coming in than you have leaving your funnel. So now you have to pay your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, your food, whatever. If you have more money coming in than you have leaving, you will feel rich. But if you want to be wealthy and have freedom, you need more than just this. This cash flow diagram is pretty self-explanatory. You need more money coming in than you have leaving if you want to feel rich, but it's a lot easier said than done. I mean, if it was so easy, 78% of Americans wouldn't be broke. If you want to improve this, you can start by cutting some of your expenses. You can live a little bit smaller, you can stop eating out so much, but there will always be a limit to how much of your expenses that you can cut because everyone needs a place to live, everyone needs food, you have to pay for utilities, you have to pay to go on vacations. You can work harder at your job to earn more money, but there's still a limit to how much you can earn because you're capped by the number of hours that you're working. I mean, you can't work 35 hours a day, so you can earn more, but now you have to sell your freedom to get more money. If you do both of these things, now you are working to earn more money and you are living smaller, now you have more money in here, which is great, but right now you don't have any freedom. If you want freedom, now what you need to do is you need to take this money that's in here and you need to send it out into these things that will pay you. I'll tell you what IS means in a little bit, but you need to send it to these investments that will pay you with passive income, which means now you are making money without physically working, and you need to keep doing this until you're making enough money here to live your life. And once you can do that, you will have freedom. And today I'm going to be going over 5 things you can do right now to improve your cash flow. This way you have more money here to buy things that will pay you with more freedom. First and most obvious, be smart with your money. Okay, coming back to this funnel right here, the first thing, the absolute first thing you have to do is start living below your means. You need less money going out than you have coming in. If you have every dollar you make going out, or more than every dollar you make going out, you don't have a chance to build wealth or have freedom. So that means right now you need to live smaller. It's not the funnest thing to do, but it's the absolute necessary first thing you have to do. That means no more Starbucks, no more monthly massages. Stop buying bottled water and drink from the sink. And this one's gonna trigger some people. Stop paying $15 for avocado toast. Once you have this extra cash every single month, this is when people start to freak out. Oh my God, what do I do with my money? Look, I'm sorry to say this, but your parents, your math teacher, and your great uncle are wrong. Saving is not the secret to building wealth. Investing is. So now, when you have this extra cash, you need to use it to buy what I call investment seeds, or IS, which are things that pay you for owning them. I call them seeds because they work just like seeds. You have to buy them, nurture them, and if you do this long enough, you will be able to live off of the fruits that your seeds produce. But before you jump in and throw all of your money into the stock market, because that's the secret to building wealth, I need you to take a deep breath. You need to learn how investing works first. I want you to dip your toes in the water first. So take a little bit of money, not your entire life savings, and invest it so you can get a feel of what it's like to win and what it's like to lose and what it's like to research investments. You have to start small. This way you don't lose everything you saved your whole life for. And at the same time, I want you to invest in your education by reading books and investing in courses. This way you have the tools necessary to succeed. And while you're doing this, I need you to do a self-audit. Businesses spend millions and millions of dollars a year auditing themselves because they want to check their wallets. Who stole the money from my bank account? Was it you? Who, me? You should not wait until you have $1 million before you start asking yourself what's in your wallet. Capital One. So what I want you to do is spend 30 minutes a month, every month, and do a self-audit of your money. That's exactly what I do. Pick one weekend every single month and lay out all of your credit card statements, all of your bank statements, all of your pay stubs, and any other financial transactions that you have, and lay them out on your kitchen table. Now, look at how much money you made and look at where all of your money went. Now, write this down so you can see where your money is going and so you can keep track of this. You'll be surprised at how much money you will get to keep in your pocket. When I did this last month, I found out that my gym signed me up for this magazine that I never wanted or signed up for, and they were charging me $2.50 a month for it. So I called up my gym, I told them I didn't want this magazine, and they said sorry for the inconvenience, and they told me that I was overpaying for my membership, so they reduced my monthly membership by $12 a month. You never know what you will find, which is why you need to do this every single month. But while you're doing this, I also want you to 3, grow your income from your home. Look, I've talked about real estate investing at least 1 million times on our channel now, but now with the internet, you can start making money from your home even if you don't have a rental property. 4th, be a servicer. Going out and starting a business can add unlimited amounts of income into your funnel. But not everybody wants to start a business, and not everybody wants to deal with the headache. I mean, starting a business is hard work, and if you start a business, it's gonna be on your mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no such thing as holidays off. But even if you don't want to start your own business, you can go out and service other businesses, and these businesses will pay you for your services while you work from home, and you never even have to meet these business owners. Is this that sketchy work from home thing I see billboards for all the time? No. Look, businesses, and especially small businesses, need writers, designers, coders, marketers, and assistants that can organize their emails for them, but not every business owner wants to or has the resource to hire a full-time employee to do these jobs. That's where freelancers and virtual assistants come in. I know this because I have hired freelance writers, marketers, designers, coders, and assistants who manage my emails. These are people who I've never met before, who are working from their own home on their own schedule. individuals. You can do the exact same thing. Know what your skill is and then market it to small businesses on Upwork and Fiverr. It's free to do. And while we're talking about the internet, let's talk about my personal favorite. 5. Online royalties. Royalty income is income that you make from something you did a long time ago. So, for example, let's say I wrote a book 10 years ago and people are still buying it today. That means that book that I wrote 10 years ago would still be generating me income today because people are still buying it. Internet royalty income is officially my favorite source of cash flow. It is not the easiest. It's actually one of the hardest ways to create income, which is why if you want to do this, you need to have the entrepreneurial mindset and you need to be able to stick to something for a long time. But if you stick with it and you do it the right way, it will be able to create income and cash flow into your funnel for years into the future. Here's how it works. Let's say you love cooking, so you start a blog called Cooking with Jaspreet Singh where you share some of your favorite cooking recipes. So you write an article on my favorite gym foods, my favorite foods to lose weight. You get the idea. Now, you like the idea of being a blogger, so you put out one new article or one new blog post every single week. Well, what's gonna happen is in the beginning, nobody is gonna see your blog posts or your articles because nobody knows who you are. But you have the entrepreneurial mindset and you stick with it for a couple years. And now 2 or 3 years later, your articles are getting something like 100 views a month. So nothing crazy, but you're starting to get a little bit of traction. So what that means is now every week when you put out a new article, each of these articles are getting you something around 100 views a month. So you put out an article on recipes to impress your wife and that gets you 100 a month, which is what, 1,200 a year. And then you put out an article on your best fat burning tips and same thing, fat burning. That gets you 100 a month or 1,200 views a year. So nothing crazy, but you're starting to get a little bit of traction on all of your articles. Well, what you can do now is in each one of your articles, you can promote one of your cooking products. Like in your fat burn article, you can talk about your favorite protein that helps with fat burn. In your favorite recipe article, you can talk about your favorite candle that goes along with your dinner and that will really impress your wife. And so you can talk about these products in your article, and every time somebody purchases one of these products from your article, you get paid. Now watch this. Let's say for every 200 readers you get on your website or your blogs, you get one sale. So for 200, you get one sale. And each sale makes you just $10. So nothing crazy. That means here with this recipes article, you got 1,200 views over the year. That means this article will make you $60 over the year. Same with this fat burn article. This article is gonna make you $60 over the year. So these two articles over the year will make you $120. Not bad, but now let's say instead of just having 2 articles that are generating you money, let's say you have 100 articles out there that are getting you the same return. So if you have 100 articles, and let's say they're getting the same return, instead of making $120, you are gonna make $6,000 over the year. And if you have 1,000 articles, now you're gonna be making $60,000 over the year from your articles, from royalty, income, and it all keeps compounding and building on top of one another. Now, sure, not every article is gonna get you 100 views a month, and not every article is gonna get you the same number of sales. Some will be less, some will be a lot more, but it averages out. These numbers are very, very possible if, that's the key word, if you stay consistent, you keep learning, and you keep putting in the effort to keep bringing traffic onto your blogs and learning how to build your cash flow. Now I know this makes a lot of people angry, but again, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to help you learn. Part of this education is building that discipline to understand how you use your money when you get paid. Poor people, the middle class, and rich people use their money when they get paid very differently. And so now if you want to become wealthy, the first thing you have to do